Hello, wonderful people, and welcome back to Book Lessons Daily. Today, we're diving deep into a book that promises to transform your inner world. Think Straight, Change Your Thoughts. Change Your Life by Darius Foroux. In this session, you'll discover how to declutter your mind, pinpoint what truly matters, and ultimately master your thoughts to cultivate a life of profound calm, productivity, and genuine meaning. This isn't just another self-help book. It's a powerful framework for understanding your mental architecture, recognizing how your thoughts sculpt your reality, and finally seizing control of both. So take a moment, breathe deeply, and visualize this. You, in a quiet space, free from distraction, with only the gentle hum of your own mind. This is where your true power awakens, in the silent expanse of your thoughts. Lesson 1. Your thoughts create your life. Darius Foroux starts with a foundational truth. Often overlooked, you literally become what you consistently think about. Your happiness, your daily habits, your crucial decisions, every facet of your existence, springs from the thoughts that dominate your mind. Most people allow their thoughts to run wild, like an untamed stampede, pulling them in 1,000 directions. They react impulsively, overthink incessantly, and let fleeting emotions dictate their days. But thinking straight means stepping back, observing and firmly taking the reins. It's about becoming acutely aware of your internal monologue, noticing your patterns, questioning their validity, and consciously choosing what to nurture and what to discard. When you master your thoughts, you inherently master your emotions. You cease to be a mere victim of circumstance. Because here's the unvarnished truth. The external world is largely neutral. It is your thoughts that assign meaning, deciding whether a day is good or bad, or if an obstacle is a crushing burden or a golden opportunity. To think straight is to meticulously build mental order. Imagine your mind as a meticulously organized desk, every item precisely in its place. This clarity allows for clear vision and decisive action. The goal isn't to have more thoughts, but to cultivate better, more intentional ones. So, each morning, instead of being swept away by random mental currents, gently remind yourself, I choose what I think about. Today, this simple declaration is where mental freedom truly begins. Lesson 2. Eliminate mental clutter. Our minds are chronically overloaded. We scroll endlessly, chase too many conflicting goals, compare ourselves relentlessly, and then wonder why we feel utterly exhausted before the day even properly begins. The stark truth, it's not life itself that's exhausting. It's the relentless noise in your thinking. Darius labels this mental clutter, the torrent of useless noise that siphons your energy and completely clouds your clarity. Picture your brain as a high-performance computer. If you have countless tabs open, unnecessary apps running in the background, your system inevitably grinds to a halt. The same applies to your mind. You simply cannot think straight when you're attempting to process everything at once. So how do you effectively declutter? You simplify. Begin by discerning what truly holds significance. Ask yourself, does this thought serve my growth, or does it merely drain me? When you catch yourself endlessly worrying about external opinions, comparing your unique journey to someone else's highlight reel, or replaying old mistakes on a loop, stop. Engage that mental delete button. Thinking straight isn't about ignoring the world. It's about ruthlessly prioritizing and focusing on what is genuinely essential. If a thought doesn't actively add value to your life, consider it junk and promptly remove it. Replace it with clarity, genuine gratitude, or a concrete plan of action. Once you embark on this decluttering journey, something truly magical unfolds. A profound sense of peace returns. Your creativity blossoms. Your ability to focus sharpens. You start to perceive that life was never as complicated as it seemed. It was merely your thoughts that made it so noisy. A clear mind is inherently a calm mind, and a calm mind possesses the power to solve anything. Lesson 3. Stop trying to be right. Choose peace instead. We've all been ensnared there, trapped in futile arguments, vehemently defending our viewpoints, desperate to prove we are right. But Darius insightfully reminds us, the relentless need to be right is the ultimate enemy of peace. When you cultivate straight thinking, you grasp that not every battle is worth waging. You stop squandering precious energy attempting to change other people's minds, because you finally comprehend this fundamental truth. No two individuals perceive the world through precisely the same lens. Everyone interprets life through their unique experiences, fears, and deeply ingrained beliefs. So instead of immediately reacting, you begin to truly listen. You observe. You allow others the space to believe what they need to believe. You don't engage in arguments with those determined to remain ignorant, because you prioritize your inner peace far above your ego. True wisdom emanates from a place of calm. As Darius aptly states, you don't have to react to everything you disagree with. Imagine the profound lightness your life would acquire if you no longer felt compelled to respond to every provocation or constantly prove your worth to anyone. That, my friends, is genuine power, absolute emotional control. When you release the burdensome need to be right, you unlock a greater capacity to understand, and understanding invariably leads to peace. The less you argue, the more you genuinely learn. The more you listen, the more profoundly you grow. Remember, peace is not a trophy won in arguments. It is a sacred state found in gracefully letting them go. Lesson 4. Information is not knowledge. In our hyper-connected world, we are quite literally drowning in a deluge of information. We consume motivational quotes, binge-watch educational videos, follow countless experts, yet many of us still feel profoundly lost. Why? Because simply consuming information does not equate to wisdom. Acting upon it does. Foroux's powerful statement rings true. Knowledge is only power when you use it. You could devour 100 books and still make zero tangible progress if you never actively apply what you absorb. The modern mind often confuses movement with progress. Learning feels like doing, but they are fundamentally distinct. To think straight, you must bridge the gap, transform mere learning into genuine understanding, and understanding into deliberate action. For every new concept or idea you encounter, consciously ask yourself, how can I realistically implement this in my actual life? This intentional approach transmutes passive reading into active reflection, and reflection into tangible growth. You cease chasing every fleeting new idea and instead commit to mastering a select few that truly resonate and matter. When knowledge becomes truly practical, it fundamentally alters your behavior. You stop merely reacting to life and begin actively creating it. So the next time you finish a compelling book, resist the urge to immediately jump to the next one. Instead, sit with it. Extract and apply one single thing from it. Because real, sustainable growth isn't about what you know. It's about what you do with what you know. Lesson 5. Focus, the hidden superpower. Focus is the sophisticated art of deliberate ignoring. It's not about frantically doing more. It's about doing significantly less, but doing it exceptionally better. Darius Foroux sternly reminds us that distraction is arguably the greatest thief of modern life. Every ping, every notification, every mindless scroll mercilessly robs you of vital mental energy. The inevitable result? Shallow, fragmented thinking. You simply cannot engage in deep, meaningful thought if you are perpetually interrupted. Focus is your indispensable shield. It meticulously protects your clarity. To cultivate robust focus, consciously carve out dedicated thinking time. Disconnect from the incessant digital noise. Grant your mind the precious space it needs to truly breathe. Write, take a silent walk. Reflect deeply. Engage in any activity that facilitates undistracted thought. It is in these sacred moments that your most profound ideas invariably surface, because your mind finally has the unobstructed room to simply think. Foroux advises, most people think too much about too many things. Think deeply about a few, and you'll master them. The profound secret lies in unwavering consistency. Focus isn't some elusive treasure you stumble upon. It's a powerful mental muscle you meticulously train. Each instance you successfully resist the urge to check your phone or multitask, you are actively strengthening your mental fortitude. Over time, unwavering focus becomes your greatest, most potent asset, and distraction, your most crippling weakness. Remember this profound truth. When you master your focus, you inherently master your future. Lesson 6. Emotions are not facts. We frequently conflate how we feel with what is unequivocally true. If you experience anxiety, you might instantly assume something is catastrophically wrong. If you feel utterly exhausted, you might conclude you are inherently failing. But here's the critical distinction. Emotions are not facts. They are potent signals, not immutable instructions. Thinking straight demands learning to consciously pause in that crucial moment between feeling an emotion and instinctively reacting to it. That deliberate pause, that is where immense power resides. Darius teaches us that your emotions are akin to ocean waves. You cannot command them to cease, but you can certainly learn to skillfully surf them. When anger or fear surges within you, don't battle it. Instead, calmly observe it. Ask, why am I genuinely feeling this right now? That simple act of self-awareness creates a vital separation between you and the emotion itself. Once you internalize that feelings are transient, that they eventually pass, you stop allowing them to definitively define you. You no longer declare, I am sad, but rather, I feel sad. This seemingly small linguistic shift actively rewires your brain. It serves as a powerful reminder that emotions are merely temporary visitors, not permanent, unchanging truths of your being. When you cease reacting to every emotional tempest, your mind gradually returns to a state of peaceful calm. You acquire clarity, cultivate patience, and develop profound emotional maturity. These are the unmistakable hallmarks of a mind that thinks straight. Lesson 7. Define success for yourself. We often spend years, even decades, relentlessly chasing goals that aren't authentically ours, careers pursued to impress others, possessions accumulated to prove our worth. But Darius Foroux passionately implores you to pause, breathe, and ask yourself this fundamental question. What does success genuinely mean to me? Thinking straight demands unflinching honesty. It's the profound realization that true success isn't merely a number in your bank account, a prestigious title, or thunderous applause. It is a state of fundamental alignment. It's waking up each day with the profound certainty that your life authentically reflects your deepest values. When you cease comparing yourself to others and begin consciously defining success on your own terms, life inherently simplifies. You no longer futilely chase what society glorifies. You actively choose what truly resonates and matters to your soul. Perhaps it's profound freedom, inner peace, or a compelling sense of purpose. The very moment you define success for yourself, you simultaneously liberate yourself from the suffocating grip of societal expectations. Your thoughts become clearer. You live with a remarkable lightness of being, because ultimate clarity stems not from acquiring more, but from desiring less and consciously choosing what is truly, authentically real for you. And as your understanding deepens, a new chapter begins. In the next part, we'll explore the deeper psychology of the mind, how to rigorously question your ingrained beliefs, cultivate independent thought, and forge an unshakable inner philosophy that anchors you in calm and resilience amidst a profoundly noisy world. Lesson 8. Master your inner dialogue. Your mind is in perpetual conversation. Even in moments of profound silence, your thoughts can be incredibly loud. They constantly comment on everything: your appearance, others' perceived opinions of you, your inherent self-worth. Most of us mistakenly believe this incessant voice is us. But as Darius Foroux meticulously explains, it's not. That voice is merely a relentless stream of thoughts, molded by your past experiences, your ingrained fears, and your deepest beliefs. The critical question then becomes, who is truly in control? You or the voice? When you consciously begin to observe your inner dialogue, you'll invariably notice its often negative inclination. You're not ready. You'll definitely fail. You're too late. These are not inherent truths. They are merely echoes of past conditioning. Thinking straight means actively interrupting that automatic voice and deliberately replacing it with intentional, empowering affirmations. Every time your mind reflexively says, "I can't," respond with, "Let's explore how I can." Over time, your brain will learn a new language, the transformative language of possibility. You must become the unwavering guardian of your inner dialogue, because your inner voice ultimately becomes your outer reality. Speak to yourself with the same profound care you would offer someone you deeply love, with boundless patience, unwavering encouragement, and absolute belief. The moment you fundamentally alter how you communicate with yourself, everything in your external world begins to profoundly shift. Lesson 9. Question your beliefs. Every single belief you hold profoundly shapes your perception of the world. But here's the insidious problem. The vast majority of your beliefs aren't authentically yours. They were inherited, often unconsciously, from parents, teachers, cultural norms, and societal expectations, long before you possess the capacity to critically question them. Darius Foroux powerfully invites you to pause and genuinely ask, is this belief truly accurate? Or did I simply accept it because everyone else seemed to? To think straight, you must courageously challenge your own deeply ingrained programming. For instance, perhaps you uncritically believe that work must always be hard, or true success necessitates suffering. But what if those beliefs are not entirely true? What if intelligent work, strategic rest, and unleashed creativity actually lead to superior results with less struggle? Most mental suffering stems directly from clinging to unexamined lies we've never had the courage to test. When you embark on the journey of rigorously examining your beliefs, you gain immense freedom. You begin to think truly independently. Instead of blindly conforming to what others do, you forge your own unique, authentic path. Thinking straight isn't about wholesale rejection of everything you've been taught. It's about meticulously filtering what is genuinely useful and decisively discarding what isn't. It's mental decluttering on a far deeper, more transformative level. Question everything, even your most cherished, deepest assumptions. Because every belief you courageously challenge makes your thinking cleaner, sharper, and immeasurably freer. Lesson 10. Don't confuse motion with progress. We exist in a world utterly obsessed with productivity. We mistakenly equate frantic busyness with undeniable success, more meetings, more messages, more incessant action. But as Darius astutely reminds us, mere motion is not synonymous with genuine progress. A hamster runs endlessly on its wheel, expending vast energy, yet it never truly moves forward. Thinking straight mandates focusing squarely on direction, not merely on speed. Ask yourself, am I genuinely moving toward something meaningful? Or am I simply keeping myself busy to skillfully avoid discomfort? Often, we deliberately fill our days with mental noise to suppress our inner confusion. But authentic growth demands periods of stillness, moments where you intentionally stop, reflect deeply, and dispassionately evaluate. Progress is fundamentally achieved when your actions are precisely aligned with your deeper purpose. It's when every conscious step you take brings you tangibly closer to the life you authentically desire, rather than merely keeping you in perpetual motion. Cease chasing activity for the sole sake of feeling productive. Instead, commit to doing the select few things that deeply, profoundly matter. Because when your direction is crystal clear, your focused effort becomes extraordinarily powerful. Lesson 11. Think long-term. Escape the trap of impulse. Our modern minds are meticulously conditioned to crave instant rewards. A new notification, a fleeting like, a rapid dopamine hit. But thinking straight demands profound patience, the cultivated ability to consciously delay immediate gratification for the sake of something significantly greater. Darius wisely states that most people fail not due to inherent incapacity, but because they quit far too soon. Their attention span is tragically too short for the grand tapestry of their dreams. When you adopt a long-term perspective, your emotions naturally stabilize. You release the desperate need for immediate results. You begin to genuinely comprehend that meaningful work intrinsically requires time, much like a potent seed that must patiently grow unseen beneath the earth before it triumphantly breaks through the soil. The longer you diligently nurture your overarching vision, the more robust and resilient it inevitably becomes. Thinking long-term does not imply disregarding the present moment. It means actively making choices today with a deliberate eye toward tomorrow. When you base your decisions on what truly serves your future self, you systematically build a stable, intelligent, and deeply fulfilling life. Short-term pleasures, by their very nature, fade rapidly, but long-term clarity constructs something enduring, something that lasts forever. Remember this profound distinction. Patience isn't merely passive waiting. It is the intentional, purposeful action you undertake while you wait. Lesson 12. Let go of what you can't control. One of the most profoundly liberating lessons in this entire book is the masterful art of surrender. We expend an inordinate amount of our precious energy, desperately attempting to control people, specific outcomes, and life situations that are simply far beyond our sphere of influence. We meticulously plan, we anxiously predict, we endlessly worry. But Darius pointedly reminds us that control is often an elaborate illusion. You cannot truly control the external world. You can only master how you choose to respond to it. When you cease fighting against what you inherently cannot change, an incredible sense of peace gracefully enters your life. You stop squandering vital mental energy on the uncontrollable and instead wisely redirect it precisely where it matters most: your actions, your personal discipline, your cultivated mindset. As the ancient Stoics so wisely taught, true freedom commences the moment you clearly distinguish what is genuinely within your control and what unequivocally is not. Whenever you feel a surge of anxiety, consciously ask yourself, is this specific situation within my direct control? If the honest answer is no, then deliberately release it. That single, conscious thought has the power to spare you countless hours of needless worry. Thinking straight is not about conquering the world. It is about triumphantly mastering your own internal reactions to it. So let go. Breathe deeply. Focus your invaluable energy on what you can truly influence, and then gracefully allow life to unfold and take care of the rest. Lesson 13. Think independently. The world is deafeningly loud with an endless cacophony of opinions. Everyone, it seems, is ready to tell you what you should do, who you should be, and precisely how you should live. But thinking straight demands periods of profound solitude. It requires the inner courage to genuinely think for yourself, even when your unique thoughts diverge sharply from the prevailing crowd. Darius Foroux profoundly states, independent thinking is not rebellion. It's responsibility. It's effortlessly easy to follow the latest trends. It's infinitely harder to pause and sincerely ask, does this truly align with who I am? You will never authentically discover your own truth by merely echoing the beliefs of others. You must intentionally step away long enough to hear the quiet, unwavering voice of your own mind. The most impactful thinkers throughout history, from the groundbreaking insights of Einstein to the visionary creativity of Steve Jobs, were not merely intelligent. They were fiercely independent. They trusted their own meticulously reasoned logic far above the clamor of public noise. You don't have to isolate yourself completely, but you must establish robust mental boundaries. Listen to diverse advice, but ultimately make your decisions based on your own internal logic and convictions. Thinking independently bestows upon you a profound confidence that no external validation can ever truly match. Because when your choices spring forth from within your deepest being, you no longer fear what others might think. You stand unwavering in your own truth, unshakable and utterly free. Lesson 14. Protect your energy. Your mental energy is, without question, your single most valuable currency. Every instance you give your precious attention to drama, pervasive negativity, or endless mindless scrolling, you mercilessly drain it. Darius Foroux fervently urges you to guard it with fierce determination. Because when your energy is fragmented and scattered, your thoughts become inherently weak. And weak thoughts, inevitably, lead to weak, ineffectual actions. Protecting your energy begins with profound self-awareness. Consciously notice what consistently drains you. Toxic conversations, draining environments, incessant mental clutter, and systematically begin to eliminate them. Deliberately surround yourself with people and cultivate habits that genuinely uplift you. Your chosen environment should effortlessly facilitate clear thinking, not actively hinder it. The author metaphorically suggests treating your mental energy like your financial resources. Spend it wisely and strategically. Do not invest it in things that yield no meaningful return. When your energy is meticulously protected, your thinking becomes extraordinarily powerful. You make decisions with greater speed and precision. You maintain composure under pressure. You act with clear purpose instead of mere impulse. Your mind is a fertile garden. Whatever you consistently water will inevitably grow. Protect your inner peace, fiercely guard your focus, and your thoughts will undeniably flourish into something magnificent. And as your awareness expands, a deeper transformation awaits. In the next part, we'll move from profound insight into powerful action. You'll learn how to seamlessly integrate these invaluable lessons into your daily habits, how to think, live, and act with unwavering intention every single day. Lesson 15. Turn thinking into action. Thinking straight is only one half of the transformative journey. The equally vital other half is doing. Darius Foroux firmly reminds us that clarity without execution is merely sophisticated daydreaming. You can think endlessly about your aspirations, meticulously analyze every possible angle, and painstakingly plan every minute detail, but unless you take decisive action, absolutely nothing will fundamentally change. The author powerfully states, you don't learn by thinking about doing. You learn by doing. Action provides clarity that pure thinking alone cannot. When you take a single step, no matter how small or imperfect, you gather invaluable new information, experience, and critical feedback. You discover firsthand what genuinely works and what doesn't. Yet, the vast majority of people never even begin because they are paralyzed by the fear of imperfection. They yearn for the perfect plan before they dare to move. But true progress emerges from momentum, not from flawless perfection. Thinking straight means cultivating a profound trust in the inherent process. The moment you take that initial, imperfect step, the path ahead gradually begins to reveal itself. Every single action, no matter its size, effectively weakens doubt and powerfully strengthens clarity. Do not passively wait for the perfect time. It will never arrive. The only truly perfect time is now. The greatest thinkers throughout history were not merely abstract dreamers. They were indefatigable doers. They profoundly understood that brilliant ideas are meaningless until they are actively lived. Your mind is an incredibly potent tool, but your deliberate actions give it ultimate meaning and purpose. Lesson 16. Build mental discipline. Clarity isn't a singular state you achieve and then maintain effortlessly. It's a dynamic skill you diligently practice daily. Your mind will perpetually attempt to wander, and discipline is the unwavering mechanism by which you gently, but firmly, bring it back into focus. Foroux emphasizes that true mental strength isn't forged in comfort or ease. It is meticulously honed through relentless consistency. Every single day, you face choices that rigorously test your discipline to focus, deeply or to mindlessly drift, to take decisive action or to endlessly postpone, to think calmly or to react emotionally. Each seemingly small decision actively trains your mind. When you choose discipline once, it becomes incrementally easier the next time and the time after that. Mental discipline fundamentally means honoring your commitments to yourself, doing precisely what you said you would do, even when you profoundly don't feel like it. It's waking up to write, to study, to work on your craft, or to exercise when your inner comfort zone softly whispers, "Not today." Every single time you follow through, you are actively rewiring your brain to trust your own resolve. Darius aptly calls discipline the indispensable bridge between profound clarity and tangible results. Without it, your most brilliant thoughts remain as unshaped, dormant potential. With it, you become an unstoppable force. True power is not about controlling others. It is about triumphantly controlling yourself. Lesson 17. Simplify your life. Thinking straight unequivocally flourishes in an environment of simplicity. Complexity invariably breeds confusion. Simplicity, conversely, nurtures profound peace. Foroux teaches us that the more streamlined and simple your life becomes, the clearer and sharper your thinking grows. Simplifying does not equate to abandoning your ambitions. It means actively and ruthlessly removing anything that does not serve those ambitions. Ask yourself, what truly matters most in this exact moment? Eliminate anything that does not align with your core goals, whether it's overcommitment, toxic relationships, or persistent mental clutter. The author cleverly likens it to meticulously cleaning a dirty window. When you systematically remove the smudges, the unnecessary possessions, the endless distractions, the unrealistic expectations, suddenly, the vital light streams in. You regain crystal-clear vision of your path. A simple life inherently creates ample space for deeper, more meaningful thinking. When you're not constantly reacting to external chaos, you have the freedom to create, to reflect profoundly, and to reconnect with your authentic self. You grasp the profound truth that lasting happiness was never hidden in the pursuit of more. It was always profoundly hidden in the deliberate choice of less. The very essence of thinking straight lies in unwavering focus. And focus can only truly thrive where simplicity unequivocally lives. Lesson 18. Detach from outcomes. One of the most challenging, yet liberating mental skills to cultivate is the ability to wholeheartedly do your absolute best and then gracefully let go. We often obsess over specific results, anxiously worry about every conceivable outcome, and inextricably link our self-worth to external achievements. But Darius profoundly argues that this very attachment is the root cause of immense mental suffering. When you relentlessly measure success solely by specific outcomes, you inadvertently strip away the joy and fulfillment inherent in the process itself. Thinking straight means committing to doing the right thing for its own intrinsic sake, because it aligns perfectly with your values, not because it guarantees a specific reward or external validation. Detach from outcomes, not because you lack care or ambition, but because you possess the profound understanding that outcomes are never fully within your direct control. You control your effort, your unwavering focus, and your impeccable integrity, nothing else. Once you achieve this state of detachment, you experience an unparalleled sense of genuine peace. You will still work diligently and with immense dedication, but your happiness will no longer hinge on the binary of winning or losing. You cease chasing fleeting, external validation and instead begin living authentically from a place of deep-seated purpose. You meticulously do your work, you gracefully let go, and you cultivate an unwavering trust in life's unfolding. That, my friends, is true freedom, acting without debilitating fear, giving without expectation of return, and living without anxious preoccupation about the ultimate result. Lesson 19. Live with intention. The vast majority of people don't consciously decide how to live. They merely drift through existence on a comfortable, often unconscious, autopilot. But thinking straight demands living with conscious, deliberate intent. Darius Foroux powerfully reminds you that every single day is a fresh opportunity to consciously choose your direction. Intentional living begins with profound self-awareness. Before every action you take, pause and sincerely ask yourself, why am I doing this? That seemingly simple question instantly distinguishes you from the passive crowd. It transforms mundane routine into profound purpose. When you live with unwavering intention, your energy becomes laser-focused and extraordinarily potent. You stop merely reacting to the dictates of life and instead begin actively directing it. You no longer chase fleeting distractions. You meticulously create profound meaning. Every habit you cultivate, every decision you make, Every conversation you engage in becomes a direct reflection of your deeper, overarching purpose. The truth is, an intentionally lived life isn't necessarily slower or less active. It is undeniably far clearer. You no longer waste precious time or energy on what genuinely doesn't matter. You choose to do fewer things, but each one carries immense, profound significance. Clarity is not a random stroke of luck. It is a deliberate, powerful choice. And every intentional action you take systematically shapes a life that feels authentic, deeply fulfilling, and ultimately free. Lesson 20. Change your thoughts, change your life. In this pivotal final lesson, Darius Foroux masterfully weaves all the preceding insights together, affirming that your thoughts are, without question, the bedrock foundation of your entire reality. When you fundamentally change your thinking, every other aspect of your life inevitably follows suit. You cannot control every external event that unfolds around you, but you possess the inherent power to always control what transpires within you. The moment you truly learn to think straight, life ceases to feel like chaotic turbulence, and instead begins to unfold like a magnificent work of art. Every thought, every conscious choice, every intentional action painting a masterpiece called your life. If you consistently think fearfully, your life will inevitably shrink. If you consistently cultivate calm thoughts, your life will profoundly expand. It truly is that simple. But this transformative change isn't a singular, one-time decision. It is a lifelong dedicated practice. Every thought you entertain is a powerful seed. Plant seeds of doubt, and you will cultivate confusion. Plant seeds of gratitude, and you will nurture profound peace. Thinking straight is the daily, conscious act of returning to your innate power, of affirming, no matter what external circumstances arise, I choose my thoughts, because the individual who truly controls their mind controls their ultimate destiny. Conclusion. So what does it truly mean to embrace thinking straight? It means dissolving the mental fog, silencing the incessant noise, and living from a place of profound clarity rather than debilitating confusion. It means internalizing the powerful truth that peace is not some elusive, external object you find. It is a sacred inner state you consciously create, one deliberate thought at a time. Remember, your mind is the most extraordinarily powerful tool you will ever possess. Use it wisely, with intention and care, and your life will unfold with remarkable grace and purpose. Think better, live calmer, choose unwavering clarity over chaotic disarray. Because once you change your thoughts, you will truly and irrevocably change your life.